Truth you have. Today I am talking about work environments and the dysfunction and chaos that has been created by evil entities. And it is going on in the work environments and how the creation has made it to where if you choose certain jobs, you are in an atmosphere where there is continuous suffering. I will speak first about our armed forces, the Army, the Navy. There are different things that happen that it is not really considered a table talk conversation. Nevertheless, I am addressing it. I think we need to become more aware of the choices that we are able to make, because if you make one choice, it could backfire into having to make choices that will basically be choices that are made by other people for you. I have spoken to many individuals in the armed forces, and I'm going to give you an example of a man I met, and I had one conversation with this individual, and he tells me that he has to say his goodbyes, and every time that he leaves to go to other countries to serve for our country, he has to say his goodbyes because it could be the last time that he'll see his family. This may not seem like a big deal, but it's a huge deal, because you have to have a mental preparation, first of all, to even say goodbye to anyone. And the family has to have a mental strength within themselves. There's fear-based work environments, and that is one of them. I am in no way, shape, or form knocking anyone that is in the armed forces. I commend you. I appreciate you, and I am truly thankful that you are strong enough to be in that environment. But the actuality is, we are not born as killers. We're not born to go out and drop bombs on innocent people. But we have been mind tricked into thinking that it is okay for us to do these things. And I say that because if someone tries to leave the Army, they have repercussions. They sometimes will go to jail. There's so many different things that if you don't follow the orders given, you are punished for those things. Even if you feel within yourself, I do not want to do this. I don't want to hurt these people. You don't have a choice. It may seem like because you said, okay, I'm willing to do this, but people change. And even if you did say, okay, you have to think about why they created these things to have wars and this dysfunction in this world that we're living in. We have to start thinking more so of the long-term effects on ourselves when we decide to do certain things, because they are not going to tell you until it's time for you to actually do some of this stuff. I will address doctors. I've spoken to a doctor that said that he works in the emergency room, and he sees patients come through there in hysterical situations, and they're hurt, they're shot up, some of them, and he literally tells me that he is tired of it, and sometimes he doesn't care anymore. He is a doctor in an environment where some of the patients might not even be safe going to him. But this is the choice that he made when he decided to go to school all of those years to become a doctor. Did he know the mental pain that he would feel? Of course he didn't. They're not going to give you all of those details and tell you that. And even if they do, it's nothing like experiencing it. But this is the creation of dis-ease, to be not at ease, but in dis-ease. They are creating dis-eases for people. And then there's other people that have to help the people that the diseases were created for, who are some of them are suffering. Sometimes people don't go on a higher frequency and think further about what is happening in reality, because these conversations, sometimes they don't have them. I remember I talked to a judge and he said he had high blood pressure, but they keep giving him all of these cases and they don't give him days off. And yes, he's highly paid and he gets to go play golf. He's a very unhappy man. Some of these people in these professions, they're probably happy. They may not ever get it. They may not ever awake. But for those that are awake and are awakening, pay attention, close attention to these things. The maximum and the minimum sentences that have been given in disguise of, oh, well, we won't let someone give them over this, but then we won't let someone give them less than this. That time that they are giving individuals is completely unfair, completely disastrous to their spirits. It is a money-making machine if someone owns a jail. A lot of other jails are privatized. And in this country, we have the highest rate of individuals going to jail, but yet we are supposed to be the land of the free. I don't know about you, but to me, that doesn't sound like freedom. It sounds like the opposite. If a lawyer is a defense attorney and he's going to talk to the prosecutor and behind your back they're making a deal, how are you going to be able to even know that? This is the things that are going on in the judicial system. Now, mind you, I've spoken to individuals that have told me that they decided to completely not be in the environment to be the attorney, the attorney that is even a defense attorney, because they don't feel like it's fair and they don't want to be a part of that system. And they decided to do something else. And these people have gone to school for years upon years upon years, and then they get into their field and they realize this is the worst thing I could have ever done. You youngsters out there, make the correct choices. Pay attention to what others are saying, because everything is not so beautiful as they make it seem. And doctors and lawyers are some of the most popular and highly paid positions, and they're paid highly because they know we need to pay them more because they're going to have to go through more. But it is not enough. Nothing is enough to have to go through those things. Even in the club environment. Now, every club environment is not like this, but I have worked in the club environment for a long time, and I have seen and experienced the managers take advantage of some of the girls, put spells on them. Yes, spells on them. And make them do evil things. I have worked in environments to where I've gone to work and it's a theatrical play in front of me, and the theme is get over on the customers. This happened to me recently and I decided not to do it, and the girl that I thought was my friend was trying to encourage me to take advantage of a customer, and I chose not to. But I've seen girls complain on customers for absolutely no reason, and the security will come after them. It is not fun. There is corruption in so many different environments, and it's up to us to be aware and to pay attention. And I've worked in environments where things have been really, really good, but I am not going to pretend as if firing someone and they are an independent contractor and you fire them on the spot and they don't have a job, they don't have a 2 weeks pay coming, they don't have a paycheck in the mail at all. And a lot of times the girls that work at the clubs have to pay to work there. I talked to a girl that works the door, and we were speaking about how the girls pay to work at certain clubs. And she said, well, it's like I have to pay to work too, because when I do my taxes, I don't really get anything back. They are trying to rape our finances. They are trying to rape our minds, and setups that have been their excuse for doing tests to see if you're going to make this choice or that choice, put into the environments that are work environments that are very, very hindering. Another thing, there are people in your work environments that will change their frequency and ask you certain things as someone else. I'll give you an example. Say you have a manager and that manager changes his frequency. And if you don't know about frequencies, do your research on that. People can change the way they look, and they will look totally different as someone totally different in your face. Yes, sounds outrageous. It is outrageous. It's happening. Please do your research. Become more aware. But in your face, there could be a totally different looking person, and that person will ask you questions about themselves to see what you're going to say. It's deceit at the highest. And because we're in the end times, they're trying to do any and everything to trap as many souls as possible, and to also lower your frequency so they can take advantage of you. Take heed to my words. Listen to what I am saying, and please do your research. This is not fun. This is not a joke. But it's either you're going to make the choice to be taken advantage of, or you're going to make the choice to wake up.